As we begin a new year, I encourage you to spend some quiet time and reflection on this past year, the unforeseen challenges, the changes you made to your leadership habits, and what is most important. Critical reflection on personal experiences is proven to unlock new learnings, leading to improved decision making and better judgment. It is possible the past year has left you feeling hesitant or even dreadful about the future, but it is the ability to learn through reflection and shift your mindset that'll bring out your best in this new year. Hi, I'm Jeff Doolittle, and I am going to break down how to make this year the best. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Reflection is a powerful leadership tool. The ability to question personal and organizational assumptions and beliefs taken for granted enables leaders to learn from experiences. Effective reflection involves the ability to doubt, pause, and be curious about the ordinary. The practice of critical reflection provides a path to deeper understanding. It enables leaders to elevate the significance of day-to-day experiences for personal and organizational growth. Critical reflection forces leaders to consider the underlying causes for results. Critical reflection can create personal discomfort and internal conflict as you wrestle with favorable self-perceptions that we all have. However, leaders risk repeating bad decisions that could prove disastrous without considering alternate points of view. Biases are present in all leaders. Leadership is recognizing and leveraging the gap between stimulus and response to make a choice rather than just a knee-jerk reaction. When leaders become aware of unconscious biases, it enables them to gain various insights from seeing situations from different points of view. Reflection plays an essential role in a leader becoming aware of biases and making better choices. Viktor Frankl stated, "Between stimulus and response, there is a space, and in that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom." Reflection improves critical thinking capacity, and critical thinking helps leaders navigate volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous situations that are common in everyday business. It is the ability to use cognitive skills and strategies to increase the probability of desired outcomes when problem solving. So, critical thinking for executives is essential as leaders look to grow their business, increase speed, and achieve sustainability. The following are 3 good leadership attributes that influence the inner game of leaders that successfully apply critical reflection. Open-mindedness is the desire to listen to other points of view and recognize that even the most strongly held beliefs may be questioned. Open-minded leaders have very few ideas that cannot be changed. Responsibility, is the second, and it is the desire to pursue truth and apply it in a day-to-day situations. And the third, wholeheartedness, is a sincere attitude toward the critical evaluation of themselves and others, and also having a resolute commitment to make necessary changes and overcome the fear of failure. There's a saying in the military that if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. The following are some proven ideas for how you can integrate critical reflection into your leadership habits in this new year. Journaling. Use a journaling app like Day One to capture your thoughts, feelings, successes, and frustrations. This approach is demonstrated to be incredibly impactful on leader-follower relationships, gaining clarity of your purpose, and improving new skills. Like building any new habit, start small and tie it to an existing practice, like maybe your routine before you leave the office for the day. Follower feedback. A critical reflection should be a social process, and it's proven to be most successful when collaborative. Leaders need to understand how followers perceive their actions. Using a Leadership 360 assessment is a proven tool to improve critical reflection. Now, these assessments typically gather feedback from your leader, peers, and direct reports. They allow comparisons between them and your point of view. This is one leadership assessment you need to be using. Thought leadership books, articles, and assessments on leadership can enable you to examine a particular situation from a different point of view, supporting your critical reflection. Thought leadership grounded in research provides you with a proven solution that can be applied and short cycle the learning process. If you're not a skilled speed reader, you may be surprised to know that you can learn how to read a book in an hour. Like any skill, there are tips and tricks to increase your speed and retention. George Bernard Shaw stated, "Progress is impossible without change, and those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything." So I want you to think about this. What sets apart the most successful leaders you know? I want to suggest it's how they look at the world and their ability to learn. Too often, leaders and leadership teams spend too much time on the how and not enough on the what. Especially as leaders approach a new year and attempt to avoid wasting time, it's easy to be tempted to jump immediately into determining how and rely on the past understanding of what. But as the world changes, you need to change and organizations need to change. While execution is essential, framing the opportunity determines significance and success. So here are 4 steps to shift your mindset and bring out the best this new year. Step 1, discovering your strengths. Shifting your mindset begins with focusing on the best of what is. Every leader has strengths. Unfortunately, most leaders tend to minimize their need to focus on strengths and rely on addressing gaps and weaknesses. And having a strengths focus is not about ignoring weaknesses, but it's about prioritizing, pursuing, and leveraging strengths to bring out your best. A practical way to get started discovering your strengths is using strength-based assessments. The VIA Character Strength Survey and the Clifton Strengths Finder Assessment are 2 of the most scientifically backed and relatively low-cost strength-based quantitative evaluations out there today. These assessments can be completed online, and they provide development recommendations and support materials. Step 2, dreaming about the future. Spend some time considering what you want out of life. And the following are a few appreciative questions to help you get started. What would you wish for if you had 3 wishes to improve your success and significance in this new year? And no, you can't wish for more wishes. The second question, imagine it is 5 to 10 years from today and everything you had wished for and hoped for has come true. What would you see and what would you hear? Describe the changes with people, workplaces, etc. Describe what you've done to make these changes possible. Then the last question, what if it's 5 to 10 years from today and you've done nothing? Describe what this kind of life is like. And then compare this version of your dream with the last answer to the question and come up with what is really at stake if you don't do anything. As you encounter obstacles to achieving your dream, being explicit with what your dream is and the motivation around why is going to help you make better decisions in the moment. Step 3, design what should be. Write it down. When you write down a dream, it turns into a description. A study by Dr. Gales Matthews found that the simple act of writing down goals and dreams significantly improves success. So take the answers to your questions from step 2 and create action-oriented design statements of a few sentences that focus on each key theme. And then step 4, break it down into steps. You need to break down your dream into actionable steps. Design statements that might have some overlap with actions for making the dream a reality. So you want to kind of ferret those out and affinitize those. Brainstorm ideas with others about specific things that can be accomplished now and those that can be achieved soon. Consider the various strategies and their timing because not everything needs to happen now and not everything should be put off until next year. After you have the dream broken down into steps, you're going to want to write down the targets, goals, strategies, and potential action items to achieve those different aspects of the dream. Shifting our mindset allows new perspectives and presents a never-ending opportunity to grow and achieve new heights in life and work. An effective executive coach will challenge assumptions and encourage, stretch, and even challenge you. If you have questions about getting started with executive coaching, let's talk. If you have watched the video to this point, I encourage you to like it and share it with your friends.